When making a dietary recommendation, I always include 4 components: the specific food or foods, including the treats I'm recommending, the amount to feed, feeding frequency, and finally, our follow-up plan. Being clear and specific about the recommended food or foods is important because there are hundreds and hundreds of brands out there, and the names and the brands can be so confusing. If a client remains confused when shopping, they will rely on the pet food retailer or the internet for advice. This may or may not be as you intended. Surprisingly, many clients who come to me have been given a pet food recommendation, and often it's a therapeutic diet, but they were never given instructions about the amount to feed. So the client is purchasing a very important diet and a pretty expensive food, but they don't have any idea how much to feed. The same applies to feeding frequency. Is it once a day, twice a day? It's so important to clarify specifics. Packaging instructions are merely a starting point, and they may not be relevant for that individual pet. A follow-up plan helps establish the expectation that we're actually going to follow up. These plans may vary depending on our goal in mind. For example, when helping a patient achieve weight loss, a follow-up plan may be as simple as checking a body condition score and a body weight once a month. In a perfect world, someone from the care team will call the client 3 to 4 days after their visit just to see how things are going. We ask if they have questions and ask how the pet likes the food. We can help address any problems quickly before the client decides the new food won't work. This way, we keep the door open for questions in case something doesn't go well. And if that happens, we'll work together to make modifications, or we can reassess so the clients don't give up, struggle on their own, or go ask someone at the pet food store. The goal is to identify problems early before it gets to be a situation of complete non-adherence. Let's be honest, it's not unusual for clients to hit a bump in the road when trying to switch their pet's food. That's why I preemptively talk about challenges with clients anytime I'm recommending that they make a diet change. It's mostly common for weight management clients, but everyone's going to have some obstacle or question, so we talk about that ahead of time. I encourage clients with questions to come back early. Don't wait until the next appointment. Or give us a call so that we can walk through solutions together. Getting the client's perspective up front can be very valuable. That's why I overtly ask in the beginning, what's non-negotiable? Or what are you unwilling or unable to change? I do this because it helps me know where the barriers are. If I say, I don't want to exercise, yet I hope to be a ballerina, that's not reality. So for example, if a client doesn't want to give up their pet's special treat 3 times a day, and that's non-negotiable in their world, it gives me a chance to find a solution that preserves what's really important to them. For example, maybe we'll give that treat once a day, or break it into smaller pieces so they can still give it 3 times a day. Or find a different treat that they can give 3 times a day. Rather than saying, do you have any questions, a yes/no question, instead I ask clients, what questions do you have about these recommendations? This gives clients a chance to reflect back to me what they've heard. This is where the full team can also play a role so that before the client leaves the clinic, there's one more confirmation that they're walking away with a clear understanding of what is being recommended.